Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of October 24th, 2023. Ms. Brake, please call the roll.
Committeeman Ciccarelli. Committeeman Rue.
Here.
Committeeman Thompson.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Britting.
Here.
Mayor Lapani.
Here.
Administrator Ferrera.
Here.
Attorney Willard.
Here.
Please stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on October 24th, 2023. We have no minutes to approve at this time, so we will move on to reports from committee liaisons, and we will begin with Committeeman Rue.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to start out with the Flagtown Fire Department open house. Over the weekend, I had the pleasure of attending an open house at the Flagtown Fire Department. It was a great experience. They had a very high level of attendance. It was pretty active. They had a lot of activities for the children and adults as well. They had a target practice with the fire hose. It was pretty exciting. They let all the, climb in, sit in the driver's seat, see some of the retired vehicles, and it was a really great experience. It was the first one they had put together, and it was very well done. I anticipate them doing it again, so thank you to Flagtown for that one. From the building department, if your HVAC units, i.e. water heater, AC, furnace, boiler, etc., stop working and need to be replaced, it is required to notify the building department before starting the work. Once the department has received notification, the work may begin. The permit application needs to be submitted by a licensed contractor within 72 hours of the initial notification. This procedure only applies to like-for-like replacement of HVAC. From the engineering department, we have a road and sidewalk update. The 2023 road paving project and sidewalk replacement repair program will be completed by November 30th. See tomorrow's e-news and the Hillsborough Township website for a list of completed road and sidewalk repairs. The engineering department will now be planning for the 2024 capital road and sidewalk programs. From planning and zoning, protect our open space. Don't dump your yard waste. Open spaces, whether private or public, are valuable resources in the community and need to be protected from illegal dumping, which includes yard waste. If your home is near open space, or if you have a conservation easement on or next to your property, it is likely that there are environmentally sensitive areas within them. Dumping yard waste in streams, floodplains, floodways, wetlands, steep slopes, and other natural areas is illegal and can have devastating effect on the environment, such as the spread of invasive species, loss of habitat, flooding, pollution, and the attrition of vermin. Help Hillsborough keep these areas natural by properly disposing of your yard waste. From the Public Works Department, on behalf of the Public Works Department, Hillsborough residents are encouraged to take advantage of the wild conditions and shake your mailbox. Give the mailbox an aggressive shake. If it moves, it most likely needs maintenance to withstand the winter season. Take the time now in the fall to make any repairs needed so your mailbox will be strong enough to survive the winter. Proper maintenance may help to prevent damage that results in delayed mail delivery. From Social Services, adopt a family. It's time once again to spread holiday cheer and joy. The Hillsborough Social Services Department is gearing up for the holidays with its annual holidays program for township families in need. The department is looking for residents to sponsor families enrolled in the program. We've all been affected by the recent economy and see how easily one can fall in hard times. It is important that we remember those who are less fortunate by helping them out during this holiday season. But what better way than to adopt a family for the holiday and help give them a holiday to remember? Please see tomorrow's e-news and the Hillsborough Township website for more information on how you can help a family in need. The Community Assist Network, the CAN, requests holiday donations. The Hillsborough Community Assistance Network is gearing up for the 2023 Holiday Food and Gift Program. The program, which is administered through Hillsborough Township Social Services Department, looks to provide a small reprieve for those in need by lending a helping hand in providing food and gifts for the holidays. For Thanksgiving, the can is requesting donations of non-perishable food items to provide to families in need. For the Christmas and Hanukkah holidays, CAN is requesting both food and gifts to provide to families in need. For more information, a list of the needed items. For more information and a list of the needed items, please see tomorrow's e-news or the Hillsborough Township website. From the Parks and Recreation Department, Hillsborough Township's Parks and Recreation Department has a great lineup of family-friendly Halloween events this fall. The Children's Halloween Party at Norris Farm will take place on Thursday, October 26th at 3:30 p.m. Registered attendees will receive their own pumpkin, enjoy a hayride, walk through the Kids' Bale Maze, and take home a special goodie bag. Norris Hill Farm is located at 120 South Branch Road, and the cost per attendee is $12. Registration for this event ends at noon on October 26th. The annual Halloween Dog Parade is taking place at Ann Van Middlesworth Park. Registration for costume canines will begin at 8:30, and the parade will commence at 9 a.m. All dogs must be spayed or neutered and not show any type of aggression to other dogs at the park. Another time-honored Hillsborough Halloween tradition is the annual Trunk or Treat at the Willow Road Complex, where young ghosts, superheroes, witches, and princesses will kick off the holiday early and collect candy from decorated car trunks. While the event is full for treaters, registration is still open for trunks. Trunk or Treat begins at 1:30 p.m., and prizes will be awarded for the best trunk. The Ann Van Middlesworth basketball courts. After a few days of work on the Ann Van Middlesworth basketball courts, the new surface is finally complete and ready to use. These courts now have a multi-use tile system installed above the existing surface that is projected to have a 3 times longer shelf life than your typical outdoor court surface. Additionally, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings, the lights will be on for evening court usage between the dates of 10/27 and 11/19 when the weather allows. Lights will turn off at 10 p.m. Please, no biking or skateboarding on the courts. Only about 6 more pages.
You need a 5-minute break? Take a swig.
No, I'm good. Diabetes Awareness Month and World Diabetes Day. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and World Diabetes Days is celebrated every year on November 14th. Established by the International Diabetes Foundation and the World Health Organization in 1991, the focus of World Diabetes Days is coordinating diabetes advocacy worldwide. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention estimate that over 37 million Americans have diabetes, and it's the 7th leading cause of death by disease in the United States. Committeeman Ciccarelli has a special interest in this effort and is championing the partnership with our health department and the Mayor's Wellness Program, which are now in the process of creating the Hillsborough Diabetes Awareness Center, which will be in the form of a page on our township website and will serve as a single location to house a variety of diabetes resources. Check the health department for an announcement soon, including for special events to recognize diabetes awareness, and look for blue circles that will be displayed around the municipal complex in November. Red Ribbon Week. Red Ribbon Week is the largest and longest-running drug prevention campaign in our country. We commemorate Red Ribbon Week at the end of October and use the red ribbon as a symbol of our commitment to raise awareness about living a healthy and drug-free life. New Jersey has the 6th highest rate of fatal youth drug overdoses in the country due to inexpensive and highly pure heroin. Opioid dependency can begin in just 5 days. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is approximately 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than morphine. According to the CDC, an estimated 110,000 people in the United States died of drug overdose and poisonings in 2022, with almost 70% of those deaths involving synthetic opioids like fentanyl. 15% of New Jersey teens admit to drinking alcohol for the first time between age 13 and 39% of New Jersey teens admit to smoking marijuana at least once daily. The theme for Red Ribbon Week is Be Kind to Your Mind and Live Drug-Free. And there are many activities open to the school and community. One event that is open to anyone in the community is a poster contest. The contest is open to everyone. All posters will be displayed here in the municipal building. See the mayor's e-news and the Hillsborough Township website for more information on Red Ribbon Week and the poster contest. That completes the report, Mayor. Thank you.
Well done. I'm sure much shorter. Committeeman Thompson.
I can promise I won't take stuff out. Just a reminder, you may elect to resolve any matters without the need for a virtual hearing by completing the plea by mail form with our courts. This form may only be used to plead not guilty or guilty in certain traffic or parking cases or guilty in certain non-traffic cases. You'll find the form at njcourts.gov, or you can always get in contact with our courts at 908-369-3532 or court@hillsboroughNJ.com. There'll be a link in our e-news for additional information. From our police department, just a reminder that the Hillsborough Township Police Department is again participating in the National Take Back Initiative, a program from the Drug Enforcement Administration for residents to safely dispose of the unused, unwanted, or expired household medicines. If you have household medicines that you wish to dispose of, please come to the police department here at the municipal complex between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Visit the lobby in the police department, and there's a box you can put all that in there. It's a very safe and secure box. As a reminder that unfortunately we have to do each and every October, it feels like, regarding political signs, the Hillsborough Township Police Department would like to remind residents that it is illegal to steal political signs. Signs posted on private property may only be removed by the property owner, and signs posted on public property may only be removed by state or local personnel who maintain the property. Anyone caught stealing these signs can be charged as a disorderly person, fined up to $1,000, and serve jail time up to 6 months. People have been prosecuted in the township in the past for doing this, and it's personal, private property. Please don't take other people's signs. From National Veteran Small Business Month, the National Veteran Small Business Week was recognized in 2014 to serve the vital role for veterans and their spouses play in our economy. 2017 Small Business Association report reflects that 9% of all U.S. companies are veteran-owned, culminating more than 2 million businesses with 5 million employees and nearly $200 billion in paychecks. Veteran-owned businesses are a critical pillar of the United States economy. Through entrepreneurship and business ownership, these veterans continue the service by not only contributing to the economy, but also by creating economic opportunities for other Americans. The week of October 30th through November 3rd serves as the National Veterans Small Business Week, shines a light on, raises awareness for, and encourages support for veteran-owned businesses. From our health department, just a reminder that lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death among men and women in the United States, with an estimated 238,340 people diagnosed with lung cancer in 2023 alone. In fact, 1 in 16 people will be diagnosed with lung cancer in their lifetime, and approximately 127,000 American lives are lost annually to lung cancer. The acronym BREATHE can help you recognize the signs of lung cancer: blood when coughing, recurring respiratory infections, enduring cough, aching in the shoulders, back, and chest, trouble breathing, hoarseness, and exhaustion. Early detection of high-risk lung cancer cases can reduce the chance of death by 20%. Approximately 8 million Americans are at high risk for lung cancer and can benefit from lung cancer screening. Low-dose CT scan screening tests can reduce mortality rates for those at high risk. If lung cancer is caught early, the likelihood of survival for 5 or more years improves to 60%. November is dedicated to lung cancer prevention and awareness through education and early detection, and we encourage all to be aware of the symptoms and seek early screenings if at high risk. Those even, although we believe it's only for people that smoke cigarettes, anyone can get lung cancer, so please get checked out if you believe you are at risk. Thank you, Mayor. I was much shorter than everyone else.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Britting.
Mine are about as long as Committeeman Thompson, so I think it'd be okay. So first of all, I want to acknowledge, thank you everyone for being here tonight. This is a big night for our Township Committee, and we'll be talking a little bit later about a couple of really great things that we're going to be announcing this evening to talk about a little further. But I also want to acknowledge all the children that we have in the room, too. I coach a lot of you. I see Declan, Shane. I'm going to embarrass you guys. I see Kevin and Carson. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. I have 3 boys, so it's really cool to see all the little kids here tonight, so welcome. So first, we'll start from the administration and the clerk's office. So kids, pop quiz. When is Election Day? Come on, somebody. Tell them. November 7th, right? But there is something called early voting before Election Day. So early voting at the municipal building here begins Saturday, October 28th, and runs through Sunday, November 5th. Early voting hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. No appointment is necessary. You essentially come in and vote as you would as Election Day. Just have an extra week up front before to do so. From our finance department, fourth quarter tax bills are due on November 1st, and the grace period is extended to November 13th, since municipal offices are closed on November 10th for Veterans Day. Checks can be dropped off at one of the secure drop boxes in the municipal building, paid at the tax collector's office right down the hall between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., or you can save the postage and the trip to the office by paying online at hillsborough-nj.org. So we're going to go through just a few things here with regards to a group called the EBDC, which is the Economic Business Development Group. So the first element here is we're talking about Coach USA. So hopefully many of you saw that we now have the Coach bus service coming from Hillsborough to New York City and New York City back to Hillsborough. So don't forget, Coach USA bus service is back. The Coach USA service operates on a weekday-only schedule, departing from the Hillsborough Promenade in the marked spots at the Kohl's parking lot, so out in front of Kohl's. Two buses depart each day, one at 6:30 in the morning and the other at 7:30 in the morning. The returning service comes back from New York City at 4:45 p.m. and then at 5:45 p.m. So I think it's a great service for those, and I think we've seen pretty packed buses over the past couple of weeks, which is phenomenal. Hillsborough has about 1,500 small businesses and about 30 that are looking to get into Hillsborough. So let's talk about some of the ribbon cuttings that we've had the opportunity to do, which has been wonderful. It's always great to have more small businesses in Hillsborough. So congratulations to Rachel and her family for the grand opening of Kiki D's Dress Boutique. Rachel's a resident here in town and a Hillsborough High School graduate who brought her business to her hometown. Thank you, Rachel, for doing that. Township Committeeman John Ciccarelli and the Economic Business Development staff and the members of the EBDC were able to share Hillsborough support with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. You can find more information on their website at kikidresses.com or visit in person at the Mountain View Plaza at 856 Route 206. So go shop there. Congratulations to the Salty Moon Spa on its grand opening. I think they won an award the other night, too. Township Committeeman John Ciccarelli and Committeeman Doug Thompson, along with the Economic Business Development staff members of the EBDC, they celebrated this with a ribbon-cutting ceremony, and you can visit their website at thesaltymoon.com or see them in person at 390 Amwell Road in Hillsborough. A lot of great things coming here. Congratulations to Roman Gourmet. I've eaten there a number of times since the new guys have taken over. It's been great on the grand opening. Hillsborough Township Mayor Lapani, Economic Business Development staff, and members of the EBDC celebrated with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. As you can see, there's a theme there. Every time a new business comes in, they get a ribbon-cutting ceremony, get a lot of attention. We try to promote them. Come stop by Roman Gourmet to meet our new owners and grab a little bite to eat. They make really good chicken parm sliders if you like that. It's really good. You can visit their website at myromangourmet.com or visit in person at 601 US 206. That's right in the corner of ShopRite. So, Restaurant Week. If Committeeman Ciccarelli was here, we'd make some jokes because he hit up 20 restaurants on Restaurant Week. It was pretty fun to watch. The Economic Business Development Office had its 6th annual Restaurant Week. This event was a huge success, had 37 participants. And that doesn't even encompass the vast majority of restaurants we have. We're going to get more next year, but we have 37, which is a tremendous amount. They presented their best dishes and specials for the community to enjoy. Thank you for all of them who participated. I think it's a great way to promote and also to get people to recognize we have a lot of places to eat here. You don't have to leave Hillsborough to eat. We got a lot of places to eat. Mark your calendars for the next year because Restaurant Week 2024 will run from September 24th to September 29th. So put that in your Google Calendar if you're excited for that. National Women's Small Business Month. This is the last subject I'll talk about, a very important subject. The National Women's Business Council established National Women's Small Business Month to celebrate the growth and accomplishments of female entrepreneurs and recognize the vital role they play in our economy. National Women's Small Business Month also spotlights successful women business owners who have been the trailblazers for future generations of women. I think that's wonderful. This month is recognized to celebrate the growth and accomplishments of female entrepreneurs and recognize the absolutely vital role they play in our economy. So thank you for hearing out my reports, Mayor. All yours.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Britting. Got a couple of things, and then we'll get to some proclamations. First off, obviously, if you haven't been disconnected from any media, you've probably noticed that there's been a pretty substantial announcement in the last few weeks or days from us regarding a land purchase, and I'm sure many are here because of that, but just wanted to talk a little bit about that before we get on to the meeting. Obviously, Hillsborough is taking the next steps to preserve open space and prevent warehouse development. Today, we're introducing an ordinance authorizing the purchase of properties identified as 1170 Millstone River Road and 303 Amwell Road. The negotiated price of the land acquisition is $9.5 million. significantly reduced from the seller's independent appraisal of approximately $11.3 million. The successful negotiation represents significant cost savings of approximately $2.4 million for the township while securing a valuable addition to our open space inventory. I'm proud of our township's commitment to preserving our open spaces. It is important to note that this expenditure will not burden taxpayers. The funds are available in our well-managed open space trust account, set aside to ensure that long-term sustainability of our open space preservation efforts. And we are fortunate enough to have the financial means to secure this land for generations to come. These funds can only be utilized for the purchase of open space. So more to come on that, but I just wanted to get that out because that was a lot of questions that we're having. Further details, the purchase agreement outlined in Ordinance 2023-15 can be found on the Township's website and will be discussed at public hearing scheduled for November 28th, 2023. So what we do, we'll introduce the ordinance today, but the actual hearing will be on the 28th of November. So, as a reminder, another topic is fallback. So November 5th, Sunday, is once again, time will be rolled back. Daylight savings time ends. You probably have noticed you're waking up, it's dark already, and you're going home, it's dark. It's very depressing. Summer's over. So don't forget to turn your clock back 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday night, or you'll miss something on Sunday, maybe a football game or something. Yeah. Veterans Day, we're very positive and very happy to again hosting our 15th annual Veterans Day ceremony on Friday, November 11th, 2023 at 9 a.m. at the Garden of Honor located at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex. In case you're of inclement weather, it will be moved indoors to the Senior Activity Room. The program will include a ceremony at the Garden of Honor, weather permitting, obviously, followed by a brief reception by veterans, participating veterans, their spouses, and guests, and refreshments will be served immediately following ceremony. We are also talking about Veterans Day. Hillsborough, once again, will be taking part in the Flags for Heroes initiative sponsored by the Hillsborough Rotary Club. If you haven't seen that, they put out 100 flags right out across the way here, across from the Garden of Honor in the front lawn. Residents can sponsor a veteran for $50. A flag will be placed in their honor with a medallion of their name on the municipal complex, and the proceeds of that money raised will go directly to the local veterans here. Please see the Rotary Club of Hillsborough's website for more information. And as we've been saving some dates, as we know, if the clocks go back, that means the holiday season isn't far behind. It's quickly approaching, and pleased to announce that the annual Christmas tree lighting will be held on Friday, December 1st at the Municipal Complex. This year's festival will begin at 5:30, and Santa Claus is expected to arrive around 7 o'clock. Did you hear that over there? Santa's coming, 7 o'clock. Yeah, man, they're not paying attention. Admission is free and residents are welcome. There will be entertainment, train rides, refreshments, and of course, the visit himself from Santa. Plans are being finalized for the menorah lighting here at the Municipal Complex on Thursday, December 7th. Details will be posted on the Township website and the Mayor's e-news for that. Last week, residents of the Green Hills community were invited to attend a open meeting at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Building to receive an update on the mitigation measures that are taking place in their community. Mark Mayhew of Pannoni Engineering outlined the cleanup of the ditch in the western portion of the Green Hills development and discussed future mitigation options. Along there, who was there was obviously with Mr. Mayhew, it was myself, Commitment Ciccarelli, and Administrator Ferrera were there. About 20 residents attended to the meeting, Hillsborough Township, and we had a nice open forum of discussion of their thoughts and what historic data they could provide. We will continue to update the residents and the Green Hill Committee as we move forward. Okay, so the second question I get asked most commonly is about this little road out between our town called Route 206. So I sent a letter, as I always do, to the DOT and asked for an update to provide at this meeting. So I will just read it. It is dated today. Thank you for your recent correspondence regarding 206 Doctors Way Valley Road project in the Township of Hillsborough, Somerset County, and on behalf of the New Jersey Department of DOT. This is from Megan Fackler, who's the Director of Government and Community Relations for the DOT. I am happy to advise that NJDOT will be working with PSE&G to facilitate the installation of approximately 49 utility poles in the vicinity of 206 northbound between Doctors Way and Opie Road. Route 206 southbound between Doctors Way and Independence Way on Triangle and Falcon Roads. Additional work such as the bridge located on Valley Road and the remaining sonotubes and pole relocations throughout the project limits will take place once the surety provides a suitable contractor to complete the project. So in other words, they're just going to do a little bit, but they still don't have a contractor picked out. To date, the NJDOT has made every effort to work and provide all request items to the surety to assist their decision-making process. We are eagerly waiting for the surety to provide a suitable contractor to proceed and will appropriately communicate with the municipality as new information becomes available. Sincerely, Megan Fackler. So that's the State of the Union on that, and I'll just leave it with that. As always, you can stay connected with all events and more via the Wednesday Mayor's E-News, Thursday Experience Hillsborough Bulletin. Be sure to follow, like the official Township Facebook page, Twitter and Instagram, tune to TV 29 and the Hillsborough YouTube channel, and sign up for Hillsborough Alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. So that's all we have for as far as announcements. We do have two proclamations and then some presentations, as you can see here, for our Scarecrow Festival. So I'll go down there and start that. Can you hear me? Okay. So our first guest this evening is Arusha. Is she here? Come on up front. Are you? Oh, you go into that. Hold that. Stand here. Smile at your mom and dad. So this young lady has a pretty cool story to tell. I was made aware of this earlier in the year, and we were happy to finally have here. So Arusha Bargroove, an 8th grader at the Hillsborough Middle School, was chosen as a youth advisor to American Girl, playing a pivoting role in the development of a 2023 girl as the 2023 Girl of the Year, Kavi Sharma, the first South Asian doll. Arusha dedicated her time to shaping Kavi's cultural background and identity, providing commentary and edits to the 2 associated books that associate with her, and it was featured in a 4-page interview at the end of the book. It's Showtime, Kavi. Congratulations. Arusha attended the American Girl launch of Kavi, shared her insights with NBC Nightly News. Pretty good. Kids Edition with Lester Holt. Oh, wow. And meet the president of the American Girl. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, hereby congratulate Arusha Bargroove for her accomplishments and wish her luck in all your future adventures. Congratulations.
It's a book.
What every guy wants. American Girl.
Thank you, Mayor Lapani and the Hillsborough Township Council. This has been a great honor doing this project. It was a great opportunity. Working on this project, it taught me a lot about the writing process and comparing what the editing process to the final results, and it proved what my teachers have been telling me on how books can be like mirrors to little kids, but also windows into other people's lives. And this book proves it for me because it represents me in a book, I would like to say. And then I want to thank my parents who raised me to taught me about my culture so I could be qualified enough for this, I guess.
Very well done. Very well done. Mom and Dad, come on up. And your sister? So I can feel like I completely did nothing in my life right now. Congratulations. All right. We will now have a representative from Gene Gigi's coming up. October is National Down Syndrome Acceptance Month, and approximately 1 in every 700 children are born with Down syndrome, representing estimated 6,000 births per year in the United States. There are over 450,000 individuals living with Down syndrome in the United States. People with Down syndrome contribute to their families, schools, co-workers, and society. They have hopes and dreams and make a difference in the world. Gigi's Playhouse, a National Down Syndrome Achievement Center serving children and adults of all ages while providing educational and therapeutic programs at no charge. Gigi's Playhouse vision is to maximize self-confidence and empower individuals to achieve their greatest potential. Now, therefore, be proclaimed that we, in the Mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby declare October as National Down Syndrome Month, Acceptance Month, and we ask all citizens to join us in celebrating the abilities and accomplishments of those with Down syndrome. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Molish. I'm a participant and volunteer at Gigi's Playhouse. I was saying this is my mother, Belinda, the treasurer, and Catherine Payne, for a long-time volunteer and supporter. I would like to thank the mayor and the township community for the proclamation of Celebrate Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Our mission is to change the way the world, the fewest Down syndrome, and set measure participants for all. Our division is the world people with Down syndrome and embrace in our families and schools and communities.
Thank you. I just want to add that Gigi's Playhouse is really changing lives. And as the mayor mentioned, we provide free educational and therapeutic programs. These are programs that run the range from speech therapy, literacy and math tutoring, cooking, nutrition, fitness, art, music, and even sign language and parent education, all free to participants and families. And Down syndrome is the most common chromosomal condition, and people living with Down syndrome, they're living longer, more fulfilling and productive lives. And the population is actually growing, which means our mission is more important than ever. So if you know someone with Down syndrome or any other intellectual disability, I encourage you to share our information and let them know about the free resources that we provide and connect them with their community. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can read that, Bob. All right, give me a critique. All right. Actually, I'm going to ask all my fellow committeemen to come down and help me with all this hardware to hand out. Because there's a lot of stuff to juggle here. So, do this one first and a book. So, if you saw out on your way in here, all the scarecrows that were put up by local residents and businesses, and it's been a trend that each year more and more are coming. So it's really great that the participation is there. So we want to recognize some winners. So our first place winner individual is Kindness Matters by Mary Soto's Hillsborough High School Special School Event Ed Autism Class. So. Hi. Everybody come on up here. Hi.
Say hi.
All right, thank you very much. So you guys can buy some ice cream with the gift card. All right. So our second place winner is When in Doubt, Go to the Library by the SCL SNJ Hillsborough branch of the Friends of the Library. Congratulations, Mary. Congratulations. Yep. All right. So third place winner is absent, so we won't make them come up. They are We Love Our Pumpkins from Gigi Belinsky and the Hillsborough School Bus Drivers. And we have an honorable mention to Rocking Roxy by the Hillsborough Rockettes. You making scarecrows dance now? Hello, ladies. You didn't wear your costumes today. No. Do I have to save those for later?
Do this. The arrow.
All right. Thank you. So those were our group winners. So now we're going to go to the resident winners. Our first place, drum roll please, Hey Barbie by Christine Kaufman and Violetta Cuomo. Obviously working on the Barbie theme from the movie. All right, congratulations. Hey guys. All right, good job. Our second place resident is Bowser by the Goodhue family. Just knows they're up here.
Are you guys going to sing this Bowser song? Each song?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Hello. Congratulations. Henry. Yeah. All right. Our third place winner is absent, the Unicrow, I'm sorry, by the Newman family. Yeah, Unicrow. All right. So we have three honorable mentions. The first one is absent is Sky Crow by the Arnaz family. Swifty Crow by Brienne and Ariana Cable. We have Swifty fans here, huh? Even football players are Swifty fans now. And our last honorable mention is Augustus Gloop by Ben Androwski.
My son.
Where is he?
Come on.
Where is he? Where's the son?
He's
Oh,
hiding.
yeah, get up there. Not allowed to be embarrassed.
Too cool for
Let's
press.
go. Never too cool, bro.
He's got a walking boot. That's why you're going to walk. Yeah, he's injured. So, everyone. So, our businesses, our first place winner, handed out by Community Thompson, is Drunken Pumpkin by the Flounder Brewing Company.
Okay, now,
He wasn't driving.
then we don't choke.
There's your swag. A lot of hardware. Yeah, you can put that on the bar.
Wait. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Still time for Oktoberfest at Flounder, right? Second place, Pappy the Happy Plumtrician by the Noel family. Gotta love the pumpkin crack, I can tell you.
Whose idea was this? Right in front. You want to get the picture too? Yeah, she should take it. Big smile. Big smile. Say cheese, right?
Third place, we'll give a little chance for them to sit down. If You Give a Mouse by the Goddard School. Anybody? Nope. All right. Wasn't. All right. Honorable mention, Super Scooper by Jane
Montaz of Super Sundays. More swag. All right. The Cat in the Hat, Search and Find by Mary Mother of God Preschool.
No, I coach all of them. That's why he's giving you a side. You're going to run to them. I know. Shane, you want to hold this? No, you're the front.
Shane, you want to hold this in the front? You want to hold that in the front?
There you go. That's it. Big smile. All right, thank you, everybody.
All right, our three honorable mentions. The first one is absent from Duke Farm Security Team is Danger Ranger. And our next one is Bubbles Boo Squad by the Learning Experience, excuse me. Anybody here from Learning Experience? Yes? Nope. All right. And our last one, but not the least, Ms. Frizzle Magic Tutor by Melody T. and A Step Beyond the Classroom. Erica, come here. So ladies and gentlemen, the woman behind the scenes that made all this possible is Erica right here. So please have a warm round of applause for her. She's our artist, man. She does the dioramas. She does anything that's artistic. Thank you so much, Erica. Great job. That's it. Yeah. So we're going to take a break in a minute. I'm going to have, there's a person that just wants to make a general statement. We're going to give her that opportunity before we break from the nurses that are here. And then after she's done, we're going to take our normal break. So we'll give you our time, okay?
Hello, my name is Emily Bates. I'm a 15-year resident of Hillsborough Township, and I'm also one of the 1,700 nurses at Robert Wood Johnson in New Brunswick who are on strike right now. This is our 82nd day, and our key demand is for safe staffing. I have been a nurse myself for 20 years in pediatrics. I've been working in the emergency department, the ICU, and critical care transport. I am here with my fellow Hillsborough residents, both nurses and community members, to propose a resolution, which I have here, in support of a safe staffing bill currently in the legislature for appropriate and enforceable nurse-to-patient ratios. It is Assembly Bill number A4536 and Senate Bill S304, which would establish minimum registered professional nurse staffing standards for hospitals, ambulatory surgery facilities, and certain DHS facilities. Previously, I had sent an email to the township regarding this issue and received a response stating, the township and its representatives do not profess to have any expertise in operating or staffing a hospital and have no interest in taking a position in this private contract dispute. We thank you for your inquiry and hope the parties come to a mutually acceptable contractual agreement. I understand that you may not be interested in making any statements about ongoing labor disputes and that you do not have any expertise in operating or staffing a hospital. However, how many of you or a loved one have spent any amount of time in a hospital? If the answer is yes, you do know that if hospitals are understaffed, that you or those that you love will not get the care that you need. Safe staffing is a serious public health issue. There have been a number of studies that have shown appropriate and enforceable nurse-to-patient ratios improve outcomes for patients, decrease mortality rates, readmissions, and length of stay in hospitals. As a pediatric transport nurse, I have the opportunity to travel all over the state of New Jersey. And I transport neonates and children from one hospital to a higher level of care. And I interact with many units, including ER and the ICU. When the ER or the ICU is understaffed, care is delayed. Then when nurses go to work day after day, knowing that they're not able to give the care they know they should be giving, it is stressful. Nurse burnout, in turn, is compounding the problems, adding to the current shortage of nurses, and short staffing creates a ripple effect through the hospital systems, which negatively affects the quality care of patients. And who suffers the most? The patients. Our community members, you, me, and our families. Understaffing is something that everyone should care about. You, as elected officials, should care that the basic needs of your constituents are met when they go to the hospital and that they are cared for in a timely manner. Any nurse can tell you, safe staffing saves lives. Every elected official, regardless of political affiliation, should care about this safe staffing bill. This is a bipartisan issue. A patient's political affiliation does not determine whether or not they will go to a hospital. We need all of our elected leaders to speak out in support of this legislation, and the best way that you can do that is by passing this resolution. Thank you for your time.
Mayor, I just have one quick comment and sort of a homework assignment, if you don't mind. As I know the bill was introduced in 2002, the first version, and it is not 2002, it's 2023, so it's been sitting there without a hearing ever in the legislature. So what I ask is if you could just provide us information on why it's never had a hearing. This might not be the appropriate venue, but if you could email us that, because informed decisions are important, and I'd at least like to know why in the 20 plus years, or 2003 when it was introduced, why it never had a chance. So just if you could provide us with that, I would appreciate it. Just give us context. That's all. No, I didn't know if there was a greater reason that you have ever heard, so that'd be the only ask that I have as your elected official.
Thank you, Commissioner Thompson. So, yeah, appreciate the answer. So, I mean, there's, obviously, our statement was that, and not to expound it because we have people here, but, you know, I don't know what safe staffing level should be. That's not my job. I don't know if it should be 100 or 5 per 50, 2 per 50, and I don't think that it's not our position. I think we all think that safe staffing is important. No matter what the law is, you would think that the hospital would do that on their own accord for the benefit of the patient. I don't think a law is always the best thing for it, but if that's what it requires, I don't know why it's taken 23 years for it to get on a bill to even get voted on. It's never been voted on. It sounds kind of...
Never been in a hearing.
Never in a hearing, so... So, Trenton is broken in a lot of ways, but obviously I think that's where you might want to put more of your attention to. But, from our standpoint up here, we are all in favor of nurses. I've got nurses in my family. It's just that I don't know what the right number is, me personally. We don't get involved in other labor disputes, whether it be any other contractual dispute amongst any of the unions around the state. So we keep a pretty consistent path there. So, but I do appreciate your speech and presenting your case, and I wish you all the best and that you all get back to work very, very soon for the benefit of all. So with that, we are going to take a 5-minute recess. To
Mr. Mayor, may I make, I'm sorry to interrupt you. May I make a comment? I'm sorry as well, too. I just wanted to just say thanks for coming up and making your presentation.
Yeah.
My grandmother was a nurse for 40 years in West Hudson Hospital. She was the head nurse at her floor, 4th floor, I think it was. And many of my family members are nurses, and I have neonatal experience, and not from me, but other family members, so I understand where you're coming from and other specialists. My neighbor across the street's a physician. So I really do respect where you're coming from, and I hope that everything works out for you, because I do agree with you, patients are the ones that suffer, 100%, and we're all patients. So I do appreciate you coming up and sharing your position.
Agreed. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So we are going to take a break for 5 minutes to allow those who'd like to leave. We'll get on this clock up here at 8:35. And ladies, hello, ladies, can we sit down or we're going to start again? Supposedly there's a Philly game on for those who care. I don't care. All right. Can we close the door in the back? Thank you, Lieutenant. All right. So we will now move on to our consent agendas 1 through 37. I'm going to ask that we make a motion or have a second that we will separate consent agendas 1 through 7 out and vote on them separately. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Mayor.
Second.
Second. Okay. We have a first and a second. May I have a motion to approve consent agendas 1 through 7?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Do
I'll
we have a
second.
second? Thank you. Any comments from the dais? Mr. Ferrera.
Thank you, Mayor. A little bit of a long list. Exciting, adding a lot of great employees this evening. First, I'd like to thank Bob Wagner for being here, the Social Services Director, Harriet Fenster-Good, our HR Manager, and Siobhan Spano, our Health Director, for being here tonight and supporting the employees. First, Chris Sanchez, Police Records Clerk, Hillsborough Police Department with full status. So Chris has done a great job. So we're happy to make her permanent status. Adding Jennifer Donardi for a part-time floater, Hillsborough Township, with great experience. Happy to have her on board. Patrick Diorio, plumbing inspector. Super happy that job's been open for quite a while with our inspector positions. Also, Alana Wojciechowski, part-time infectious disease prevention for the health department. Welcome aboard. Also, Angie Escalante for part-time floater, and Stacy Linzer, part-time violations technician at a municipal court office. So we want to welcome those employees. Also, Cassandra Diaz-Torres for part-time for the social services department as well. So super happy to have people joining Hillsborough. Went through a rigorous process through interviews. Had a lot of great candidates, but obviously can only select one. So we're super happy to add them to the Hillsborough staff, and I anticipate great things as they continue their employment here in Hillsborough. So just welcome aboard.
Thank you, Anthony. Anyone else? Okay. Any comments from the floor on consent agendas 1 through 7 only? Okay, seeing none, we have a first and a second. We have a roll call, please.
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor Vonnie?
Yes, and welcome. And you may go home now.
Welcome.
All right. We'll move on to the rest of the consent agenda, and it's pretty lengthy, so it's now may have a motion to approve consent agendas 8 through 37.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Any comments from the dais on 8 through 37? Me seeing none, so we'll open it to the floor on comments 8 through 37.
Maria Janusik, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville, New Jersey. I'm also a Hillsborough Township property owner, Block 86, Lot 3, 2155 Camp Lane Road.
Welcome back, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Consent number 12, resolution amending 2023 Township Committee schedule. What is that? Is there a specific subject for that special public meeting that's going to be held at 8:30 in the morning?
There is a meeting that we need to hold to do some business that is time sensitive that we have to get done before our normal meeting on the 28th or 6th, whatever it is.
Yes, Mayor. The CFO has requested a budget transfer.
Right.
So more details at that special meeting.
Right.
Oh, that's going to be in regard to a budget transfer.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Okay. 12. Consent 13, resolution authorizing the transfer of earned amounts from the subdivision and site plan engineering trust accounts to the treasurer's account. And I think there's also 17. Is that the same thing? Resolution authorizing transfer of earned amounts from the subdivision and site plan engineering trust accounts. So there's two separate resolutions for the same subject matter, which is transferring these accounts.
That's correct.
Okay, is there a reason why there were two, and instead of putting this all on one?
I'm looking at it now, but it either probably is date sensitive that came in or different vendors. So-
Mayor, it would just be when Mr. Bellinger submitted the memo, he
Right.
submitted a memo, and then he submitted another memo.
Another one after the fact,
So
right.
the clerk's office, instead of combining it into one, prepared two separate resolutions.
There you go.
Okay, and these transfers, it says here, the engineering director indicates inspections and engineering work have been completed. So all of these projects, these are all projects that were approved by the planning board?
Looking at them now, no, some were actually approved by the Board of Adjustment, but there are projects that were being built that had inspections that need to be, money that was in escrow that is returned once certain milestones are met, like they always are.
And I think some are the water company
Mhm.
is mixed in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
But each project had received approval from either the planning department or from the Board of Adjustment,
Not
yes?
necessarily. Water companies are different. Water companies have to provide escrows as well before they open up roads. So I don't think it's an accurate statement to say everything on there was an approval from the Planning Board or the Board of Adjustment.
You're correct, Mr. Thompson. This
So
would apply to any project where anybody provided an escrow to cover engineering inspection fees. You're correct. So some of those would just be them maybe applying for road opening permit.
So is there something here that's the water department? Because there's some...
NJAW 2021-31, what I imagine would be New Jersey American Water.
Okay, and what's the one above it? MAAC 18
I knew you were going to
PB12.
ask me that. I'm not 100% sure which project that is. I'm just not.
Okay, so that's something that would be from the planning board, PB, it's planning board.
Yes. From 2012.
MAAC 18 PB, so that would be from 2018?
2018, I'm sorry.
2018. Okay. All right, so similar on consent number 17. All right, consent number 19. Resolution to ratify and confirm grant application by the police department for bulletproof vests. So it says here that 8 of the vests have exceeded their lifespan. So what is done with the vests that are no longer needed?
I imagine they're disposed of, because if they've outlived their life, I wouldn't suggest that we sell them to another municipality or to
recycle
anyone
those.
else. So I think they're disposed of.
Disposed of, okay, thank you. All right. Consent 22. Resolution authorizing award of contract to Jaeger Lawn Maintenance for the provision of two-person crews and leaf vacuuming equipment for the township leaf program. Is this how it's done every year? The township doesn't have its own equipment for?
We do, and we
leaf?
do it every year. It just, we have 5, I think, units ourselves, and we have this one we hire as a subcontractor because we have the amount of leaves that we have to get through in this large town. It is cheaper to hire somebody than to buy another machine.
So some is done by equipment and workers from the township?
DPW, yes, that's correct.
And then the rest is done,
We have one other contractor, outside contractor.
okay. Consent 26, resolution authorizing submission of grant application and confirmation of township land ownership at Willow Road Park. for the Pet Safe Unleashed Grant Contest for installation of a second dog park at the Willow Road Complex and Park. So here, Hillsborough is getting a grant of $50,000. Does Hillsborough have to add anything for this dog park besides the
Well,
$50,000?
we didn't get the grant.
We're
It's
applying for the grant.
authorizing to
You're
apply.
only applying for it?
We're applying.
Okay, so if you get that $50,000, will that also require additional township funds?
I don't live in a world of what-ifs, so let's see if we get the grant, and if we do, then we can decide if we're going to expend funds to make it happen.
Well, but you're saying, what
But we don't
if?
have the grant, so I don't know how much it'll cost extra,
But
or if it'll be
what I'm
under.
asking is, will it require more money than the $50,000
I
grant?
understand what you're asking.
So as the resolution say, there's no match required?
Yeah,
There's no match, there's no match
No
required.
match is required, no match is required, but does that mean that the township?
It means
won't
exactly
have
that no match is required. So
So let's-
sometimes grants actually require the township to commit funds to receive the grant. This one doesn't require that.
I understand.
But we'll
Does
have
it-
to see what
it
the
doesn't
project
require,
costs.
But this project, will $50,000 cover this project, or will the township have to provide additional funds?
Yeah, let me answer that. The answer is yes. So the $50,000 grant would pay for the small dog park. As Mr. Willard said, there's no match, so the only cost that we would have would be any assistance from our Parks Department, would be what they call in-kind services. So if we had to move any dirt or putting stone down, we would do that, but there's no actual cost. That $50,000 would cover the small park, or the small dog park area. That's all the equipment and everything else. So there's no additional match, there's no extra money we have to put in. If that was the case, it would say in the resolution a match of $5,000, $10,000, or hours in kind of service. So we don't anticipate that.
Okay, so this is going to be a very small park, 'cause isn't there an existing dog park already?
There's a dog park, but that's at AVM Park. We have a large dog park and an area for smaller dogs at AVM. We're starting to build out Willow Road Park as a passive park. So we have trails, we have trees, we have other things that are going on there. So this is just another addition. So there's another dog park, another area of town.
Thank you. Resolution consent number 28, resolution authorizing Pannoni Engineering to provide professional services relating to NJDEP regulations. So it says here funds are available through the ARP account. What is the ARP account?
American Rescue Plan.
It's the American Rescue Plan that's going to go towards this. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Janusik. Anyone else have any questions pertaining to consent agenda items 7 through 37? Seeing none, roll call. May I have a motion to adopt? Right, we did that
I think we did that already.
All right, so roll call, please.
Roll call.
Committeeman Rue?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. All right, so we'll go on to public hearings, 2023-13, ordinance amending Chapter 92 of the Public Police Department, Article 2, Establishment and Organization, Section 92-7, Membership of the Code of Township of Hillsborough, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, to increase the not-to-exceed amount of the police department membership. This ordinance strictly increases the number allowable of various personnel levels in the following departments: captain from 1 to 2, lieutenant from 4 to 5, sergeants remain the same at 8, and patrolmen 45 to 55. May I have a motion to open public hearing ordinance 2023-13?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? No? Any discussion from the dais?
No, I would just add, Mayor, that this is, again, just preparing for continued growth in this town. We've done a great job of ensuring that our police department is properly staffed, and this goes along with that to ensure that everyone has correct amount of supervisors and patrolmen necessary to make sure our guys are continually trained at the highest levels and serving our community as best as possible.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'd just like to say, we have a safe town, and we intend to keep it that way, so it's good to put us in a good position longer term. So this is, I think, a great thing.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Any comments from the floor on 2023-13? Seeing none. I guess we've had a motion and a second. We have a roll call, please.
Do we have a motion?
Oh, actually, we know- I
We
need a-
motion to close and adopt.
A motion to close and adopt, I'm sorry.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Committeeman Rowe?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. 2023-14, ordinance amending Chapter 143 Vehicles and Traffic, Article 12, Schedules, Section 143-32, Schedule 3, non-stopping or standing to prohibit stopping or standing at a portion of northbound side of Southwoods Road during specific hours. This ordinance corrects an inconsistency in the no stopping or standing restrictions on Southwoods Road by repealing Ordinance 2023-03 and increasing the no stopping or standing distance on the northbound side of Southwoods Road from the intersection of Hillsborough Road from 900 to 2,000 feet southerly therefrom during school hours. May I motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2023-14?
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
None? Any discussions from the dais?
Mayor, just real quick, this is born out of a conversation that came to us from some teachers over at Woods Road who saw some safety concerns from children being let out again at the beginning of the day, and I believe Deputy Mayor Britting brings his kids there. He can certainly attest to the safety situation, so
That's
I want
right.
to thank the HEA for bringing this to our attention and our Hillsborough Township Police Department for going over there, taking a look, and seeing how we can make it as safe as possible.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Nope, proud on this one. This is
Right
good.
on. Okay. Comments from the floor on 2023-14? Seeing none? All right. May I have a motion to close public hearing, adopt 2023-14?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Rowe?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. Introduction of new ordinance, 2023-15, ordinance authorizing purchase of properties identified as 1170 Millstone River Road, Block 183.01, Lot 40, and Amwell 303 Amwell Road, Block 198, Lot 2.03, Hillsborough, New Jersey. Further consideration and public hearing will be held on November 28th, 2023. The purpose of this ordinance is to formalize the purchase of the two properties to eliminate the possibility of warehouse development on the properties and add 28.71 acres to our open space inventory. May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2023-15?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Committeeman Rowe?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. All right, move on to claims list 2023-18. May I have a motion to approve 2023-18? Claims list.
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Nope. Any comments from the floor on claims list 2023-18? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Rowe?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. So we go on to new business. So at this point, we're in the portion of public comments not for matters on the agenda. So anything that we are basically talking about today, this is not time to make that comment. Ms. Brake, please read the statement regarding public comment.
The Township Committee welcomes input from the public. Please state your name and address, and please spell your name for the record. You'll be given 1 3-minute allotment for your comments. Please understand that this public forum is not structured as a question and answer session. Comments are to be addressed to the mayor. Again, please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Didier Jimenez, 348 Gemini Drive, Hillsborough, New Jersey. I am a community member, longtime union member here in Hillsborough. You all have probably seen me at Hillsborough Chop Rate. I come here in support of the Robert Wood Johnson nurses on strike at the moment. I understand the part of solidarity is really hard to grasp at times when the situation is real big. But you all know, Mayor, and everybody here in the committee know about solidarity because you have it with the HEA, you have it with the police union. And it's one of those things that we have to practice. I feel like one time when there was contract negotiation problems, we all teamed up. Here, the committee, 2 committee members attended a really great moment that we had before the Board of Ed meeting contract negotiations to be able to bring up the morale of these folks going through really hard times, and this is exactly what they need right now. we all know this. It's all this information is really hard to digest. I had to have a couple of conversations with a couple of them to understand really what they're seeking for. And it's one of those things you have to really care and seek that information and pursue it and be knowledgeable, because that's going to come down later down the road, that you know this experience that you fought for these Hillsborough residents that are here hoping for the support of their community, especially for their leaders. So thank you so much for being open-minded. Hopefully you get that email with all that information that the committee has asked, and have a great day.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm just going to pass this up because this was the ratio things that were mentioned. Good evening, everybody. My name is Maureen Ringen. I'm a 23-year resident of Hillsborough. My husband is a 60-year resident of Hillsborough. He's been here all his life. And I am also one of the other 1,700 nurses involved in an unfair labor practice strike for safe staffing. I've been a nurse for almost 30 years. I've done long-term care and perioperative nursing. I've been at Robert Wood Johnson for 23 years as a main operating room nurse at the Level 1 Trauma Center, which is the only one here in central New Jersey. The nurses of Robert Wood Johnson and the Hillsborough residents stand in solidarity here with us, as you can see from Dieter and other members of the town that we have spoken to. So we're here to ask the council members of this board to understand the issues that have arisen from the lack of safe staffing and how it affects any person who will step into the hospital for care. It is not a private contractual issue that doesn't warrant your time or involvement. Rather, it is about the well-being of any person in this room. And I know that this is basically some of what Emily talked about. But as I go on, we're looking for you guys to support those two bills. We will get you any information that you need to make it clear and help us in our progression. So we basically take care of the sickest patients in New Jersey, and that's why it's very, very important to have the correct nurse-to-patient ratio, especially in our ICUs. We have nurses that are sometimes working with 3 patients when they should only really have 1 patient or even 2 patients. So you'll see on those ratio forms, it really should only be 1 to 2, but some of our nurses are seeing up to 3 patients. When you have a patient and 1 codes and you have 2 other patients, it's not proper for it's not proper for those other 2 people. They're not going to get the care that they need. So in passing these bills, it means that the facilities would need to follow nurse-to-patient ratios. They would be enforced. It's not just enforced by the hospital, it's enforced by the state. This is where we need your help for the legislation. And it would also promote best outcomes for the communities, for both we serve and so do you serve. So now let me share with you some of the examples in the NICU. I spoke to a nurse while I've been on the picket line for 82 days, and a nurse said to me one day, I have 4 babies at times in the neonatal intensive care unit, and I go baby to baby to baby to baby, and then I go back again, baby to baby to baby to baby. I don't have a time for break. I don't have a time for lunch. And I have to stay 2 hours later just to finish my documentation. I can't do any of my documentation until the next nurse comes in. And then that nurse has to go back again for another 12-hour shift after they go home. These things can't happen. It's not safe for us. It's not safe for you. It's not safe for anybody in the community. This is why we need your help. So going to evidence-based research, it has been found that hospital mortality rates increase 12% for each additional patient a nurse receives. In addition, the 30-day mortality rate increases by 16% in medical surgical patients when nurses were added an additional patient to their workload. So with the help of the board and the proposal of the resolution to support safe staffing legislation, these nurse-to-patient ratios can improve mortality rates, they can decrease readmissions, and they can decrease the length of the stay in the hospital, which also creates more money for the hospitals as well. I would like to finish by saying that all nurses that stand before you tonight, and that were here, are professionally trained and licensed with many years of experience within a hospital context. We would not continue to stand out on a picket line for 82 days for nearly 3 months with a picket sign in hand if we didn't believe in the need for change in healthcare for the best of the people we serve. We also believe that it is our duty to inform the community of the potential risks that the lack of safe staffing can have, and how the people before us on the council can use their voices to make change for the good of the people they serve, as you were elected to do. Also remember, everyone will need care at one time in their life. Let's make change in healthcare now, because safe staffing saves lives. One thing I would like to mention is that Bernie Sanders is coming to Rutgers campus this Friday in support of our situation, in support of the nursing crisis across the United States. If there is any way that any one of you could attend, that would be great. It's at 9 a.m. at the Nicholas Music Center in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It will be a field hearing about severe hospital staffing crisis that is endangering the nurses and the well-being of all patients and every member of the community. I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Don't knock over the camera, Joe.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, committeemen. Joseph P. Maloney, 27 Stonewick Drive, Hillsborough, New Jersey, 35-year residence. What is the status of the new and improved master plan? When will it be made available to the public? Thank you.
Okay. Status of the master plan is it's still under avail. It's not complete yet. They're still meeting. They're still doing these state-mandated vulnerability studies and other things that have added a substantial amount of cost and time to do the master plan. Even the county, I don't think has finished theirs yet. So to tell you exactly when, it'll probably be next year.
Mayor, with that mandate from the state, did we receive any money back from the state to fulfill that unfunded mandate that they passed?
No, it costs us about $150,000 to do the things that they're asking for us to do.
Thank you.
Maria Janusik, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville, New Jersey. As I stated, I'm also a Hillsborough Township property owner, Block 86, Lot 3, 2155 Camplain Road. A big portion of the lot that's adjacent to my property has been cleared without any notice to me or my husband as to why it's being cleared. That property is Block 86, Lot 4. I notified the zoning officer, Marcella McLaughlin, who responded that she and someone from the engineering department would investigate. Tom Bellinger from engineering responded that he would get back to me as to what's going on. He said that it had nothing to do with the Sherman Tract low-income housing that is being built in the back of this lot. I know that there are plans for another low-income housing development to be built by M&M Realty behind my property and the adjacent lot that I'm talking about. Neither Tom Bellinger nor the zoning officer, Marcella McLaughlin, has gotten back to me. So I'd like to find out what is going on Block 86, Lot 4 on Camplain Road. I was told that it has nothing to do with that back development, so I'd like to know what's going on, because initially, when they started doing work on the Sherman Tract, there was a path being cleared through that lot, and I had notified the township, so that stopped, but now again, the majority of that lot has been cleared, and I'd like to find out what's going on.
Can't answer that question because I don't know what's going on, so you'd have to contact the building engineering department to find out.
Okay, well, I wanted to make all of you aware of this.
So I think the last time it was done inadvertently by the wrong lot, by the guy putting in the affordable housing back there. And, the work was stopped. So I don't know if it's the same, the owner himself is clearing it out, but you have to talk to them. I don't know the answer for you.
I'm sorry, I have to talk to who?
To the engineering department, see if it's one of the ongoing projects or if it's the homeowner himself doing it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I had
This
gotten
is not
notice
the-
from Tom Ballinger, and then and nothing more has been said after that. That's why I'm telling you. I received that information that I would be notified as to what's going on, and I have heard nothing. So that's why I'm reporting it to you.
When was that?
When? About a month and a half.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. So that's public comment. I'm going to give Deputy Mayor Britting one to make a brief statement before we move to adjournment, so I'll give you the mic there.
Yeah, I wanted to acknowledge that, this side of the room, I think there's a lot of people here that were showed up for the warehouse ordinance that we are going to move forward with next meeting. Just wanted to first of all, make a statement and say thank you for being here. I think this is a big deal for Hillsborough Township. This is an opportunity for us to do what we think is right down the middle for everybody. And I think it also tells the other towns that, and the property owners that we mean business here in Hillsborough. And we really want to maintain our 40% open space and make sure that this doesn't turn into a truck stop. I've had the opportunity to be on 101.5 and the news, so has Committeeman Rue, and we are extremely proud to say that this would be moved into the Open Space Fund, which, again, Mayor Lapani mentioned earlier, is extremely well managed. And our negotiations saved us close to $2.5 million. Correct, Mr. Farrar? Close to $2.5 million. $2.4 million?
2.4, correct.
$2.4 million. And to make just the one last statement I want to make here, too, this comes from an open space fund, so it's no additional cost to the taxpayer. And every year, open space gets funded over and over every year. So this will allow us approximately around 4+ years from now, this will then be covered within the open space fund, this purchase now, which it's covered within. My point is the difference of the cost will be over the next few years. So for us, this is an opportunity to look long-term, because we all moved here for the beauty of the town and for the freedom feeling that you have. And the last thing I'll say is, when my children and I and my wife, we drive down Hillsborough Road, Willow Road, because we live off of Willow Road ourselves. My kids now call Hillsborough a little slice of heaven, and that's one thing we want to maintain. So I just thank you for being here. I know this is not the night to make the comments. It's the next meeting. I probably know what all your comments are going to be, but thank you for being here. I think it's a very important day for Hillsborough, so thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bob. So at this point, I'll have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Rue. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Rue?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Britting?
Yes.
Mayor Lapani?
Yes, we are adjourned, and we'll see you for the special meeting if you want to come at 8:30 on November, what is it?
28th.
No, the special.
Special meeting, the 8th.
The 8th. Thank you. 9:10 on the clock.